it's Michael and Jonathan from Bro JMR.
What's up, guys?
And kind of an impromptu, brief look / review of season 1 of
G.L.O.W, the new Netflix show that is about, well, it's about G.L.O.W, the gorgeous ladies of wrestling.
The Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling, who those of you who don't know, was a TV program back in the mid 80s, and I'm not sure how long it lasted, but it was the first well-known instance of female wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
The entire show was based on female wrestling. This was before, they had the divas, and I mean back when in wrestling, like in WWF, WWE, the ladies were just used as valets.
Yeah.
And so this is
with very few exceptions.
Obviously, yeah.
Mae Young and the Fabulous Moolah being the main exceptions for that rule.
But for the most part, yes, it was just they were just used as valets. So this is kind of one of the first examples of them, of the ladies actually getting in the ring and actually being physical, having the show all about them. And so this is a kind of this is something like Aaron Sorkin would write.
Yeah, that's a pretty good example. It's kind of
an Aaron Sorkin show, but it's not written by Aaron Sorkin.
Yeah, it's very behind the scenes for the most part. Most especially this first season, because it seemed to all. It wasn't necessarily about the actual promotion itself. It was the build-up to the first televised match,
mm-hmm.
which is where they cut the season off.
Right as they got done filming it, and the girls were just about to watch it for the first time. They were about to air the show for the first time, and so it was kind of just a behind the scenes, looking at the characters and how the whole promotion got started and how it all came together, the struggles with it, finding talent. Writing the matches, the struggles with money, and like whether they're going to be able to, do this show.
Mm-hmm.
Inner struggles within the cast themselves.
Yep, and a little bit of family and relationship drama thrown in. I think that was one of the things I really liked about it the most, is that it was really focusing on. It was really trying to put a real positive spin on the fact that these are just people, just regular people.
Mm-hmm.
These aren't superstars. These aren't well-known people. They're just regular people, and this is a job. And I liked that aspect. That. Yes, the girls loved this and they had a real passion to want to see it work, but it was still a job. This was a way for them to pay rent.
And so much, gets looked into wrestling now. It's all, bigger than life, and they're all just instant celebrities. But it was nice to see it at the beginning of it. So,
yeah.
So you have anything to say about the cast real quick before we cut this off?
I thought the cast was really good. I liked the fact that most of the people that were in it were kind of unknowns, with the exception of the main person, who's Alison Brie, who's fairly well known. She was in Community. She's been in a lot of stuff. But most of the people that were in it are people that I had no idea who any of these people were. Again, with the exception of Alison Brie, and I only knew that because I've seen pictures of her from Community. I still haven't watched that show. but I thought everybody played the part very, very well. I the other main girl was Betty Gilpin, who played Debbie, and even though she played the part well, I really hated her character up until the last episode, literally the last episode. I was like, okay,
and the very end of the last episode.
Yeah.
Specifically.
But I'm trying to find the guys. Chris Lowe, who plays Bash, was probably the best part of this whole show. He was funny. You hated his character in the beginning, and you learned to love his character by the end. He had a really interesting story arc for kind of a side character.
Yeah.
He was the money. He was the producer, you know. But you went from disliking him to really disliking him to really disliking him to starting to like him, and then you love him by the end. And I thought he just played the part really well.
And I want to say hats off to Mark Moran, who plays Sam, the director. He was great.
Oh, yeah.
He was just what you want to see in a director of something that's like this underground. He's just brash, not to be confused with Bash. He has an interesting story that he really wants to see this work because he wants to make his next movie, and that's the thing is if he can get this up and running, he'll get the financing for his next movie, which turns out to be, not to spoil anything, but turns out to be a Back to the Future ripoff.
Kind of.
Kind of, except for the fact that he wrote it. He's been trying to get it done for 10 years, and Spielberg, of course, beats him to it. But he was very vulgar.
Yeah.
But he was very real. I mean, he didn't take anything for granted. He didn't take anybody's crap. He was like the realist. The realist? He was the realist.
Yeah.
But he was a real character, just like everybody else in this show. And they're all real characters. They're not like, popped up versions of them of what that kind of character is. They are real.
Yeah.
And that's what I enjoyed so much about the show.
He was. He played who his character was exactly how I thought it would be. A former director of softcore porn flicks who decided to do something a little bit bigger. This guy was straight out of the 70s trying to live in the 80s.
Yeah.
And it was beautiful. It really was.
It was great.
He was just a coked up horn dog the entire show.
With an epic mustache.
Yeah.
An epic porn stash.
Mm-hmm.
So that's quick thoughts on G.L.O.W. We could talk more on it, but the battery's about to die. Yeah. And season 2, hurry up!
Yeah. Come
on, Netflix, if you're watching this, execs at Netflix, hurry up and get us season 2 quickly, please.
Yeah.
And please somebody put together a small wrestling promotion and bring back G.L.O.W. Either that or just bring back put the actual episodes online somewhere.
Yeah. Please, anybody just do something other than WWE?
Yes.
That we can watch on TV. I know there are a lot of other promotions, but I'd like to be able to watch it somewhere. Yeah. But anyway, wandering thoughts. Yeah, this was very good. I would give it an 8 out of 10. Highly recommend.
I gave it a 1, 2, 3 out of 3. I loved it.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. Blessed be.